Thanks so much for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I want to share with you some of the top stories that we're following right now, starting with the mother of Khaliyah Jones now saying that more could have been done to protect her daughter from the man who's accused of kidnapping and killing her. Jones now laid to rest after police say that her 20-year-old ex-boyfriend Cameron Hopkins kidnapped her twice. The most recent time led to a high-speed chase through multiple Georgia counties, and now her mother says she will fight to save other victims of domestic violence. And remember that Hopkins was out on bond for kidnapping Khaliyah last year. This is a story we're going to continue to follow. But another story that we are, of course, continuing to follow 1 year later is today is a somber anniversary. It is the 1 year anniversary of the disappearance of 16-year-old Susanna Morales. You may remember that her body was found months later after she disappeared, and former Doraville police officer Miles Bryant is now charged with her murder. The Morales family is demanding accountability for the city of Doraville, saying that there were several indications that Bryant posed a potential danger to the community.
The city of Doraville Police Department knew or should have known the dangers presented by then police officer Miles Bryant, but failed to take any corrective action.
Kids should be able to go and visit a friend's house and not have to worry about the security officers possibly trying to prey on them or hurt them.
Well, court documents show that Bryant had a history of trying to break into the homes of girls that he had a romantic interest in. He's also accused of stalking one young woman. A supervisor, however, had cleared him of any wrongdoing. Attorneys for Morales' family have yet to file a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit, although they do say that they will pursue all legal remedies if needed. The city of Doraville did not respond to our request for comment, but this is a story that we have continued to follow closely. We are following very closely here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. Now I want to turn to this news that we are following as well of an officer-involved shooting. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation now investigating this incident in Sandy Springs. Police tell us that Sandy Springs officers were trying to serve an arrest warrant when a man came outside holding a gun, wearing an armored vest. Two officers shot at that 27-year-old suspect. Eventually, he did surrender, according to authorities. GBI says at least one bullet did hit the suspect in his body armor, and he had already been wanted on active warrants, apparently. Let's listen.
So overheard, presuming a police officer, say, "Why didn't you have a gun pointed at us?" So I could hear them saying, and I overheard the suspect, I guess, say something to the effect of, like, I didn't know I shouldn't have a gun drawn.
Well, police say that suspect was taken to the hospital and was not seriously injured. Thankfully, no officers were hurt, but a very tense, frightening situation for many people in that area, as you heard. And again, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations is now looking into this officer-involved shooting. Okay, now let's turn to this story. Of course, many people here in the Atlanta area are going to be following this very closely. Atlanta icon Marvin Arrington Sr. lying in state today at City Hall. The community getting really its first chance today to say goodbye to this icon in Atlanta politics. Marvin Arrington Sr. died earlier this month at the age of 82. He was a former Fulton County Superior Court judge, also an Atlanta City Council president. He graduated from Clark College, and he became one of Emory University Law School's first black graduates. This week of remembrance really began yesterday with the Kappa Alpha Psi memorial service for members only at the Murray Brothers Funeral Home, Cascade Chapel. And then today, the lying in state and the tributes from the city of Atlanta and Fulton County will be held as well. And that's going to be at the City Hall. Arrington will lie in state from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The tributes will begin at noon. The wake and family hour are scheduled to be held at Big Bethel AME Church from 6 to 8 p.m. The celebration of life will be held at the Historic Ebenezer Baptist Church on Friday, July 28th. That's tomorrow, 11 a.m. Interment will be at Greenwood Cemetery at 1173 Cascade Circle, and The repast will be held at Jackson Memorial Baptist Church. And then on Saturday, there's going to be the film screening of Bowleg's Marvin Arrington Sr., an Atlanta story. That will begin at 2 p.m. at Lindsay Street Baptist Church. And we have much more on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, if you just want to get some of those details on how to take part in these tributes and these remembrance ceremonies as well. Also, of course, we're keeping an eye on our forecast today. Meteorologist Rodney Harris has been watching for everybody because, they're dangerously warm temperatures. So here's a look at the radar that he's following. Yeah, so meteorologist Rodney Harris has been following the forecast. As you can see, there's a lot of triple digits on this map here, and really some temperatures that are dangerous, over the next week or so that our First Alert weather team has been tracking for us. Here is meteorologist Rodney Harris. I mean, some of these temperatures could be dangerous, right?
Yes, indeed. So I was actually bringing these temperatures up for you, Joy, because this will definitely be the story. And we're going to make this quick today because it's pretty much the only story for us in North Georgia, and that is the heat index. So you already know that it's hot and it will stay hot, but the issue for us as we go into the weekend and the beginning of next week is what you see on your screen right now. So remember, whenever you take the heat and you add the moisture, it feels hotter on your skin. You're not able to cool off as you normally would. So these are the heat index temperatures, the feels like temperatures for 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm showing 99 in Atlanta, 100 in Canton, 101 in Rome. This will be the story for the next several days. So we're going to go ahead and first alert, as you've been watching us on Atlanta News First, starting Saturday. And we're going to continue that through the beginning of next week. The reason why we're starting this on Saturday is because we know there's a lot going on this weekend. You're going to be outdoors. We really want to urge you to make sure you drink plenty of water. Try to stay in the shade if you can, because this heat can be a bit dangerous. And right now, we don't really have any alerts regarding the heat, but it's not impossible to see some heat advisories as well. So that's something we're going to be tracking for you as we go into the weekend. I'll also point out, in addition to the heat, we also have a small chance of some pop-up storms each afternoon and evening. So like today, as you're driving home from work, or if you have any dinner plans, a pop-up storm will certainly be possible for you. So just heads up on that. The coverage is only like 20 or 30%, so everybody won't get wet. But it's basically a typical summer pattern. But outside of that rain chance, this will certainly be our story. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, air quality alert is in effect for today as well, code orange for Metro Atlanta. So if you have asthma or lung issues, watch out for that as well. We'll keep you up to date on this forecast in the heat. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez has your updated forecast on Atlanta News First at noon. We hope you guys have an amazing Thursday, and until next time, we'll see you soon.